Any audio now, peoples? He's like,
Professional.
hey, I've done all of one live stream. All right.
It says we are very quiet.
Okay, very quiet because we sound loud on my end.
Okay.
All right. So there's volume settings here.
Okay, it looks like there's audio now. I just heard audio. I think we're
Okay.
good. Now no video. There's video. I can see it. Pro setup. Now they're saying it's loud. Well, turn your volume down then.
Loud, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, beautiful people. Loud, I am not going to worry about. Okay. There we go.
I see you did not get the updated posters, but that's fine.
No, that's how I crashed the computer last time. I was trying to download the updated posters, and it went boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom, bad. Now, here's the interesting thing. It's supposed to be shifting.
Apparently, there's two boxes with me in it. One has my shoulder, and one has my head. This is funny.
So, what this is supposed to be is the one with your face. Is supposed to be showing in the Google Hangout which one of us is actually talking. So it should flip between your face and my little snail, and then in the bottom corner it should just show the both of us. But it's not doing that for some reason, which means I probably have the link wrong.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm just going to play with it while I go, and hopefully everyone will forgive me.
Hey, we are totally professional here.
Absolutely. 110% maybe.
Yeah, totally.
Well, since
Totally.
I'm just going to cut your shoulder. Oops, wrong button. I'm going to cut your shoulder out and just show me.
Did you hear that? She's going to cut me. She's going to cut me.
I am. All right. I'm going to pop over to YouTube and see if I can see this. Nope, that's the Hangout.
You are the most patient audience ever. I love you people. Yeah, totally.
Well, since
Totally.
I'm just going to cut your shoulder.
Who needs stunts?
Oops,
we're making a fool of ourselves right here.
Every time I do a live stream, I make a fool of myself. All right. Oh, hey, it looks sort of okay. No name, I like it. We should just zoom in on the hat because that's the important bit.
I think he's right. You know, I think he's right.
All right.
That is the important bit. Or she, I don't know. No, with no name, it could be a she. I don't know.
Okay, so
I like that we've zoomed in on the mic with the Godzilla sticker, and then we've zoomed in my face. I like this. This is choice.
well, you can see my snail there, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know what. See, if I did it right, every time I started speaking and you stopped, it should flop between the two of us. Oh, I know why that is. This is only a 2-person Google Hangout. So my screen center never changes.
Right. In fact, when you're in a Google Hangout, it doesn't change to you when you speak. It only changes to your guests.
Yeah. Well, it does. I've had it. I've done 5-person Hangouts, and it will flop to me. Because normally when I'm doing live streams, I'm doing the Cabal live stream. So there's never more than 4. There's never less than 4 of us. So then it flops really quickly. So I'm used to that.
Someone's offering $50 for the Force of Will guaranteed. Well, we can't do that. This is a charity raffle, but if you want to donate $50, you get 2 tickets, and so far no one has gone after that. And it's valued because it is, what was he called it, pack fresh? Yeah, he called it pack fresh.
Yes.
Excellent is not the right description. It's actually pack fresh. It's valued at, I believe that's the one that's valued at like $109, $110. But yeah, if you want to donate $50 to the fundraiser, you'll get 2 tickets for the for that, and maybe you'll win it.
And I'm sorry, Port Badger, I put it in the live chat, but my face is never going to be on the screen. So, nice try. Okay, so I guess we should just go over some of the basics. So, everybody who's been watching the live streams throughout the day knows that Ansgar and Growly, who's the beautiful lady in the picture, although I'm wishing I got her wonderful goth picture up there. Might do that for Saturday.
There we go.
They are living in California right now in a covered what do you call it? Balcony, actually. Yeah. So not the ideal circumstances. And we had Ansgar, Growly, and I, and my partner Alucard had been talking for a couple months, and we had figured on moving them out to Wisconsin. They were going to move in with me and help me pay my mortgage, and they were going to get a job here and, just get in a better place because I have more room and stuff. And
that's one of the big things, by the way, is moving out there will increase my productivity as an artist because I will have room to actually have a drawing desk and a place that I can record and do the things that I do here on YouTube without disturbing Growly's sleep. So that's a huge deal in and of itself.
Yeah. So are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they were gonna move out here to me, and we've got good jobs for Growly, who's a crazy working lady, seriously crazy working lady. And then somebody who was driving extremely distracted plowed in and trashed their car that was parked and 4 other cars.
Yeah, she was actually texting and driving, according to the police. And there's a video up on my channel if you search for it. I didn't put it in any of the playlists because I wanted, it was more up for private, for like, I didn't make it private, but just so that people could see it. But when the wreck happened, I'm talking with my hands. I realize people can't see my hands, but whatever. Talking with my hands anyways. So when the wreck happened, the vehicle pushed the first into the next, into the next, into the next, all the way up until the big truck at the front of this entire line was actually pushed up about 3.5 feet. To give you an idea how high energy this impact was. And it was a little BMW, 2004 BMW something or other, but yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So, and then because of a glitch in California insurance laws, her insurance is only going to pay $5,000 to cover all 5 cars. So if they get lucky, you're going to get what, like 1,000? Maybe you're probably going to get more like 500.
Well, we'll probably get. Yeah, it's hard to say because the 2 cars in back of me were even more badly damaged. Obviously.
Oh my God.
And then
insane.
Yeah, and then the 2 cars in front of me weren't very, very damaged at all. Well, like the car in front of me was only really, a little bit. So the last 2 cars probably won't make much of a claim, right?
Yep.
But the 2 cars in back are probably totaled, which means very likely her insurance is going to be paying as close to a total out as possible. Really,
that's just crazy. Sorry, I had to.
Whoops.
I lost the ability to watch the live stream on my computer, so I tried to get it up on my phone, and that's not working. Okay.
So we would be lucky to get probably $1,000, and more importantly, because of apparently when there's at least in California, when there's a multi-car accident like this, it pushes it into a different legal sphere than just a regular accident. And so because of that, it's going to be months, if not years, before we even see a payout.
Oh, yeah. That's just crazy. Really, it is.
California laws are pretty, around some things are great. Around other things, they are screwed up.
Yeah, because most of the time, they're really, really awesome about things.
Yeah, California has been fairly awesome on, they're shit for housing. We actually voted recently for rent control because rent is out of control. I pay over $800 a month for this little room.
Yeah, that should be illegal. Seriously, that should be illegal.
Yeah, it's insane. So.
And to the audience, yes, I am making things move around because I was trying to... Badger reminded me that when he made this lovely background for me, that I have all covered up with stuff, that there is a snail hiding there that I have covered up.
That's true. A snail I drew.
Yes, a beautiful snail you drew. Normally, you know what? Can I shrink this damage down a little bit? Yes, I can. There we go. Now we're both on the screen, and sort of.
Sort of.
We made it work. Yeah.
Yes.
So, whoops. I gotta
I'm fairly good with rent. What kind of damage are we talking about? Well, I'll explain all the damages. The driver's side door has had the front panel pushed in such a place that the driver's side door doesn't open. We have significant damage to the back that means that we cannot actually open the back hatch at all. The latch is mangled, the hinges are mangled, and the back hatch has been pushed in quite a bit. So the back hatch actually has to be completely replaced, which is one of the most expensive parts of the car repair. There's also computer issues. At least I'm guessing it's computer issues because one of the problems that we're having with that is that the starter, which is computer controlled, is unreliable. I might have to push it 30, 40, 50 times before it starts. And I'm hoping, at any point it could just stop working entirely. So at this point, I don't really, you can consider it unreliable. It doesn't, the starter doesn't really work. There's also if you do get it started, when you do get it started, the air conditioner, the heater runs constantly. You can't turn it off. And every once in a while it belches a little bit of cold air at you, then goes right back to just running the heater. So I don't know if any of you live in Southern California, but having the heater on in your car constantly is not exactly fun. So yeah, that's all the stuff that's all the stuff that's wrong with it.
Yeah, that's a bit wrong with it. We're gonna have to we're going to have to get a lot of the fixed so that you can get your guys' butt out here.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is a lot of people said just junk it, buy a junker. But my mother bought this car for me. It's not like a fancy car. It's a family car. It's a 2011 Dodge Journey. But what makes it so important to us is being poor. It's under manufacturer warranty. And so not only is it reliable, it hardly ever breaks down, but when it does, we take it to the dealership. They give us a free rental and they fix the car. They also pay for a large portion of the repair bills. So not repair, regular maintenance. Like we have to pay so much, but we don't have to pay the full price. So that is a huge financial burden lifted off of us. So we traded in. We actually put ourselves in a worse financial situation because we get a junker that's going to break down all the time. And then, of course, I'm sure you well know that I'm not. I'm not exactly fond of the idea of driving a junker in a Wisconsin winter.
No. Junkers in Wisconsin winters, especially as... So winters are... Anybody who lives in the Midwest knows winters are unpredictable, but the last 15 years, they've been even worse. You go from a 50-degree day to... I had 4 days last winter. It was minus 40 or 50. Literally, my 3-year-old car, 4-year-old car, because it's 4 years old, wouldn't start because it was so cold. Just wouldn't start. Well, it was minus 50. It was sub 50. Just, there's no heat. Nothing starts. But, the entire state was... You have to have a reliable car. It doesn't need to be new, but it needs to be reliable.
Mm-hmm.
But... We'll get the car fixed. We're going to get you here. You will not stop the snail. You won't.
You're the one that talked me into doing any of this. Remember at the beginning, I was like, if I put a fundraiser, nothing's going to happen. And as of right now, you guys have raised I think $2,200 of the $6,500 that's needed.
Ah! Yay!
I know, it's been freaking incredible. It's when this first happened, I was pretty hopeless, right? I was down in the dumps. I was just like, we're screwed. And you were like, no, you cannot. You said that you cannot stop me. I will break the laws of reality. And and all of this, suddenly the last few days, my wife and I have been smiling. We've been enjoying life. I mean, there's been some hardships, as you know, but for the most part, we've got hope again, and that is a huge deal. That's the biggest.
Yeah. Well, it's all down to all the crazy people we know on Twitter. I mean, there's been what? So you put up 7 art pieces, 8 art pieces. I lost track.
7 art pieces, and then Jen put up a poster.
Yeah, that poster is cool. So there's 7 art pieces, the poster. We're now up to 4 Steam games, correct?
Yes, because there were 2 recently donated.
Yep.
We're up to 5
5
Steam games.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we've got one that is, if you win it, it is a Steam game of your choice, up to valued up to $80. There is another one that is, let's see, we've got Resident Evil 2, which was donated by Seeking Origin, and it's the deluxe edition.
I didn't see
Steam.
that one.
Yeah, he sent it straight to me. Couldn't get the code, so I sent it back, but we can still make that one work. But yeah, it's Resident Evil 2, which you'll get as a Steam gift, the deluxe edition. Then we've got Project Zombies, I believe it is, or something like that.
Zombies or zombies? Zomboid. It's on the screen, right? Zomboid. Something like that.
Zomboid.
Yes.
Project Zomboid. And then there's also who let's see, that was donated by Latrune on Twitter. Director AZ Anchor, Arcater donated the Steam game of your choice. White Sith Mail donated the Von Helsing Final Cut Steam game. So lots of Steam games to win.
And Zalrock did the Lords of the Realm too, so...
Yes, and Zalrock Lords of the Realm too. I have to make posters for those because they just got donated. But so there's lots of cool stuff that you can win. In fact, some of this stuff I wish I could have. But
And then we also have on the cool stuff list, I think we talked about this a little bit because somebody was offering $50, but Alucard donated 2 Pack Fresh Magic the Gathering rare cards worth one's worth $88 and one's worth over $100. So we want to raffle those off because I don't play Magic the Gathering, but I gather from what my friends who do play them are, these cards are worth what they're labeled for. So
yeah.
So lots of raffles, lots of wonderful raffles. So all you got to do to get in the raffle, though, guys, is you don't have to be in the live streams on Saturday to win. You donate $25 to the GoFundMe, and then you put in the code you see on these raffle items as a comment, right? As a comment?
Right. Yeah, you just leave a comment.
Mm-hmm. And then you're in the raffle drawing. And if you're not sure that your code went through, just send a DM to me or Ansgar. We'll double check and make sure it's on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, Alucard has said, "Pack fresh, never played. I will miss them."
Yes, he will.
Aw. Well, thank you, my friend. Seriously, thank you. It's a big deal.
It is, and he's an adorable dork about his Magic the Gathering cards. It's very funny. The poor man tries to talk to me about the game, and I'm just going, okay. And I just laugh because it's funny to listen to him because I literally don't understand anything he's saying, but he really enjoys it.
I know. I don't collect card games either. I have no idea. In fact, when I put it in excellent condition, because that's like what you do in most hobbies, you know? Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh no, that's wrong. You're supposed to call it this." I'm like, "Oh shit."
It is. I never used to be into gaming. I am, well, a little bit of computer gaming, but not gaming. I am really enjoying listening to gamers talk because it's like listening to them tell stories, fantasy stories. The D&D players, the Magic the Gathering players, when they talk, it's like listening to an adventure story because they're telling stories that they lived. If that makes sense.
Yeah. If you give me a wrench, I can post the link to the Twitter thread that has all of the info on the raffle as well.
Okay. Horse is easily 100 mint. And Ansgar, did you see Mouse Forever's post?
Let me see.
It's 3 up from the bottom on mine. And I will try to figure out how to give you a wrench.
Willing to donate a handmade Rubik's Cube style puzzle Mark made. That's awesome.
Ansgar, I can give you a wrench if you type in live chat because that's the only way I know how to do
it. There you go. You're adorable.
You just stop saying that.
Never, ever.
Stop. Okay.
Okay.
Did we?
There's the details. I think. I hope. Doesn't look like it's going through. I don't know.
Should.
Yeah, it should.
Give it a second. Maybe it's got a time.
Maybe I'll try one more time. Oh, well.
It's not even marking it. You're marked as a moderator. It should go through. That's weird.
Yeah. That is very weird. Okay, let's try this. Try one more time. If that doesn't work. There we go. Yay.
It just took a while for YouTube to update.
Yeah. Okay. So there is, if you follow that, it'll take you to a Twitter thread that shows every single item that hasn't been recently donated, and its item code. And so just go ahead and click that, and if you just donate and leave those item codes in, and for the things that we don't have item codes for yet, that you heard about, just go ahead and actually type out, hey, I want the Rubik's Cube, or I want the, the Resident Evil 2 game, or whatever.
Yeah. No. I'm looking forward to it. I actually need to bid on a couple of these things put my raffle tickets in.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I gotta put a raffle ticket in. And no, I'm not telling you what. I don't want competition. I say it a lot on the live stream. Somebody might get competitive.
Makes sense.
We did forget to mention one thing. I suppose I should toot my own horn. So I donated to the raffle. I saw it scroll across the screen. I crochet blankets. And scrolling across the screen somewhere, you'll see some crocheted blanket samples there. So I donated a homemade crocheted Afghan blanket. The person who wins the raffle for that will get to choose one of 3 styles, and then they'll get to choose their colors. And I will crochet it and get it to them by Thanksgiving. I'm not the fastest crocheter in the world, but I can guarantee I can get it there by Thanksgiving. But that way you get to pick it your own. You get it by winter, and there you go.
Which is awesome, because that would make a great Christmas gift.
Yeah. Well, Alucard's actually getting one for Christmas, and that is not breaking. That's not breaking his surprise. He already knows. Because I had to ask him if it would be useful in Georgia. I'm like, you really want it? Would you like an Afghan in Georgia? And he said yes. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we don't. Growly and I don't buy each other gifts or surprises very often, because oftentimes it's more important that I want to buy somebody something they actually want. The surprise is cute and fun if you really know something, that you've got something that they want. But for the most part, it's better just to get something they want.
Yeah. New couple long distance apart. Yeah. We're working on this stuff.
Oh, we're so professional.
Oh, no, I don't pretend to be professional at this YouTube thing at all, ever. I am a complete and total amateur YouTuber, and I always will be. I have no intention of taking this pro. I think this will count as video number 10 or 11 on my channel. Well,
everybody, when I get to Wisconsin, I'm going to make her a bunch of really awesome channel art and like an entire setup where all she has to do is click one button and her channel looks professional live. So I got you.
Here's your other problem. Live streams aren't my thing. I prefer to do the whole. I really enjoy the response videos. I love taking a video apart, chopping it up, responding to this section, going, okay, you're gish galloping. Let's take this part. Because I started doing YouTubing because I was watching Prophet Azad, Logix, and
love Logic. The guy's a legend.
And I don't remember his new name. I'm sorry. But he used to be the Straw Man. Don't follow him anymore. But
I just got to call him the artist formerly known as Godless Iowan.
There you go. That's it. That's what I was trying to think. I kept wanting to say GC, and that wasn't right. But those 3, I was watching tons of other people, but those 3 kind of accidentally convinced me to start going live, not start putting stuff up, and I started with response videos, and I found I really enjoy those much more over live streaming.
Mm-hmm. It depends on what I'm doing. I mean, my favorite thing to do is the Gothic Puppet Theater. Those are, as far as videos are concerned. I've never been a fan of specific response videos. Like when I go to make a video, I'm not necessarily responding to a single person. I'm more like responding to an idea, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the videos that I'm making right now, I've got a script about halfway done, is the concept of what is the value of art in culture. And the reason I'm even making it is there's seems to be a cultural thing that we never really value the art of our time. We only look into the past and go, that art was important, but we never seem to be able to go, but wait a minute, the art that's being made right now is important. And so instead we go, that pisses me off, get rid of it. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of the way I like to make videos.
Hey, that's one of the great things I like about YouTube is, so there's a lot of stuff to hate about YouTube. Let's be honest, there is.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, there's. But one of the great things about it is it allows for so much diversity and crossover. I mean, no two creators use it completely identical. We all have our own ways, and you can do multiple things on your channel. You've got, so Bad Temper Badger is in the chat. Hi, Badger. He does response videos. He does these wonderful wildlife videos. I love them. And he also does recordings of, is it SPC? SCP? SCP.
It's storytelling, essentially.
Yeah, it's storytelling.
Like, kind of creepy, fun storytelling.
Yeah,
and he does a damn good job of it.
Yes, he does. He does. He's got a good reading voice. And it's not just because you're British, Badge. You got a good reading voice. Because that is a skill that anybody who listens to audiobooks knows.
Yeah. I've been on his show a couple times. Sometimes we just I think no. I was on his show once. We're planning on a second time, and he was over on my show once or twice. So yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
Badger is a very cool guy. Badger is a very cool guy. Ah, he's smiling.
Aw.
All right. What are we forgetting to talk about? See, this is why I don't do the live streaming thing, because I don't know what to say.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, you could do you have any questions? Is there, anything you want to ask, or maybe something you don't know about me, or maybe or maybe if we get a, how about this? If we can, right now we're at on the GoFundMe at 1,760. If we can get that up to 1,800, I will tell you one of the most embarrassing things that and crazy things that Growly has ever said in her sleep.
Oh dear. Am I gonna get in trouble with Growly because you're telling things she says in her sleep out?
I will get in trouble with Growly.
Yes, but I'm encouraging you to be naughty.
Well, she'll still blame me. It's okay. Besides, you are not in biting distance. I am. Seeking Origin asks if we've ever heard of Ren and Igor. Yes, I was actually. We were partnered up to do a show together, young in our YouTube careers. Back in the ancient days of YouTube. Good friends with them, actually.
So ancient days of YouTube is
like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that, But in YouTube years, it's caveman days, Remember back when you could just turn on the, Google Hangouts, and that was like you could get thousands of views. Now everyone expects professional level production.
So no, don't really remember that, because I only started YouTubing last March, and I don't, like I said, I've done like 9 videos. I don't do that much. I'm very unproductive. I don't know why anybody subscribed to my channel.
What would it cost for you to make out with a Kenthoven 8x10? I will, if we could.
Okay,
maybe
that
whore
would be
myself
hilarious.
Out here. If we can get the fundraiser up to, what do you think? Halfway? on GoFundMe, I will make out with a picture of Kent Hovind.
So we're saying 3,000?
3,000. We get to 3,000, and I will make out with a picture of Kent Hovind. And if we get to the 5,000, my wife has promised to make out with my Godzilla toy. Not even joking. And she will even use the lights and sounds.
Oh my god.
How much more to send video of that to Kent Hovind?
Oh, that I think we do for free.
Yeah, that will free. If you get seriously, if you get us to 3,000, not only will I make out with the 8x10 of Kent Hovind, I will send it to him. I will email it. I will even post it on my YouTube channel and give everyone permission to mirror it.
Tweeting. Does Hovind the Bovind have a Twitter account we can tweet at?
Yes, he's got what is it? It's not him per se, but he's got his
AIG. No,
yeah,
AIG. Is it
we
AIG?
Could tweet it at AIG.
Yeah, AIG is Hovind. What's Hams? I get them confused. I mean, I know they're completely different people, but the H's mix up in my head. One has the Arc Park, the other's an ass. Well, they're both asses. See, this is the advantage of not live streaming. I can cut out my stream of conscious, I can't remember, so I swear thing.
In fact, not only will I make out with the 8x10 of Hovind, I will print it. I will print it out from my computer and poke a hole in the mouth and put my tongue through the mouth of the Kent Hovind picture and make out with it.
Oh, okay. So Mouse says AIG is Ham, Dr. Dino is Hovind. So I got it backwards. Okay.
There you go. So I think Dr. Dino has a Twitter.
Okay. All right. I always know Hovind is the one that Logic has the long video for, and Ham and Eggs is Apologia. So I got that.
Right.
So that part I know. Apologia is awesome. Anybody who's not watching Apologia, go watch Apologia. And
Apologia is awesome.
Apologia,
yes.
And Shannon Q. And if you want to drive poor Shannon Q battier than she already is, send her weird sandwich pictures on Twitter right now. Poor girl.
See, this is one of the reasons I don't make like strictly atheist content, is because there's so many fantastic people already knocking it out of the park. It's like, well, what am I going to do that I can do that isn't going to be like, oh, well, I'm just a pale version of these other great people. I'm like, I know, I'll do stuff more about art and culture.
No, and we need people doing that.
Well, thank you.
No, and you guys do good. I just wish I could watch more of your stuff. I just work too much, like everybody. I don't know. When I make the YouTube videos, it's because something I watched moved me. I mean, it sounds weird because I'm doing response videos. Mm-hmm. And I don't get angry or upset on the videos because it's rarely something that makes me angry or upset that gets me to respond other than my healthcare rant. What gets the response video going is something in it twitches my brain, and I just can't let it go until I tell this person how extraordinarily irritatingly silly they are.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's like you were wrong on the internet, and I have to tell you. I have to.
Yeah.
You and Inane Dragon share that in common. If somebody's being wrong on the internet, he can't help himself.
Well, so yeah, that's pretty much how I met Inane Dragon and Alucard. Was
Mm-hmm.
we were in several. Well, Alucard swears we met on YouTube, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. But we were in a bunch of Twitter threads where all of us were tweeting at creationists because that's our special. We're blowing off steam by talking to creationists. So we turned a whole thread on creationists at one night into a thread on imagining a zombie wasteland and how you would survive.
Oh my God.
There were like, I can't even remember who was all in it. I think Growly might have been.
She might have. I think I met you through Growly. Pretty sure.
I know I met Growly before I met you, and I met Growly through Princess and Dragon.
Yes, and I met Alucard through Princess and Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
and I believe I met Alucard before I met you. No, actually, I think I met you pretty young in your Twitter through Growly, and I think I actually may have met you before Alucard.
I'm not sure about that. The timelines are a little muddled in my head. But what I've just figured out is we can blame all of this on Dragon and Princess.
Yes, it's all their fault.
The central persons in all of this are Dragon and Princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Inane Dragon, this whole group, to be quite honest, Inane Dragon, Alucard, Princess. What's interesting is we come from a pretty diverse group of political views that can all get along. Like so much on Twitter is you have a slightly different opinion than me. It's time to burn you at the stake. And we exist in this very rare little pocket of people with these unique, interesting, diverse, political views and opinions that yet we all get along. It's pretty cool.
We do. And I want to mention one other person in the chat. There's Hugh Mungus, who is on Twitter as Sailor Schrodinger, who is also a good friend of mine and Alucard's.
Sailor Schrodinger is awesome.
Yes. He's hilarious.
And not nearly enough followers.
No, he needs more followers. Everyone go follow him. I will warn you, he is a sarcastic, snarky Sailor Schrodinger. You do a good job of emulating Sailor Schrodinger, to be perfectly honest. But he does really interesting conversations with creationists. Because he takes a different tact at it than the other. So if we're all in a thread, his tact is always slightly different angle than a lot of the other atheists. Because he's actually an agnostic. And he will tell you that. He will tell you that. And I keep wanting to call him by his name. Sorry, Hugh. I'm not going to say it out loud, I promise. But I keep wanting to call him a name because I actually know him. So that makes it hard. That's another reason not to do live streams, because names slip out of my mouth. Yeah. But no, we're a crazy crew of crazy people, and Bad Tempered Badger is in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're not following Bad Tempered Badger on YouTube and Twitter, you should be. You should be. Even if you don't like atheist content, he does all this conservation wildlife stuff that is so cool. This background thing that I've got all covered up here, he did this for me. And it actually is a moving background. It isn't moving on this one because I didn't know how to do that in OBS. But I am going to use it for a response video. And there's this lovely little bee that flies around it. It's so adorable. I need to do a response video and show it off because Badger did all this lovely work and I'm so lazy.
That's awesome, though. I took a break from YouTube like for over a year, and I was doing pretty well. But sometimes YouTube you burn out,
I just it really, a lot of it is dictated by my work schedule. If I'm running 60, 70 hour work weeks, even 50, 60 hour work weeks, I just don't have the energy to make the videos that I want to make.
Yeah.
And I'm not a perfectionist, but I have a standard I want to reach. And if I don't reach that standard, I can't bring myself to put it out. So part of not putting it out is just, if I don't have the energy to make it the way I want, I don't make it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm pretty perfectionist too. The last one I considered not uploading because it was only after I had recorded the entire script that I realized that there was something off with the audio, and it didn't record right, the audio. My voice, like, it almost sounded like there was vibration going on or something. The mic wasn't positioned right somehow, and or something else was going on. And I was tempted to just scrap the whole goddamn thing and just go, you know what? No, I'll completely re-record the script. I said, you know what? I've already got, this is like 2 hours of recording and editing, and fuck it. I'll move forward. I'll learn my lesson. But I normally would just scrap it. But it was my first video, kind of relaunching the whole Gothic Puppet Theater thing. And I was like, screw it. I'll go forward.
Yeah, that is one of the things I think we'll do when you guys get here. So for the people who are coming in or didn't catch it on, Ansgar and Growly are going to be moving to me in Wisconsin in the next 6 to 9 months. That's about the right time. Am I counting that right in my head?
Something like that. Yeah, we don't know exactly, but yeah, somewhere's around in there.
Something around like that. But when they get here, so I have a house. I live in Wisconsin, so house prices are completely different than, the East and West Coast. So I actually have a real house that we're all going to share, but they're going to have, of course, their own bedroom. But then I have another bedroom that they're going to help me take the bunk beds that I have in there apart, and we're going to turn that into a little, like, YouTube art studio for Ansgar and Growly. So that they have a quiet place to record their videos, and we might even be able, I bet we could get some cheap, I know you're supposed to buy the real soundproof stuff, but I bet that cheap batting stuff could be put up and help with sound.
We actually have a package of the stuff, at least some of it. Not necessarily soundproofing, but sound,
absorption.
Yeah. And so we should already be able to put some of that up. For one of the big deals is I want to do art streams. But right now, let me show you what my drawing desk is. Let's see if I can get to it.
Okay.
This is my entire drawing desk.
Oh, geez. No. That's
how much
drawing desk.
This is my drawing desk. And so this is all I have room for right now. So I just sit here with this and I draw. Obviously I can't do art streams like that. So I want to buy an art desk. And once I have a drawing desk, I can start doing streams. I can position the camera to point down at the paper, and I can sit and I can talk to people. And yeah,
show them what actual art looks like.
Yeah. I can also do something like for when I'm streaming like this. I can do it at any hour. If I want to record a Gothic Puppet video, I can do it at any hour. If I want to draw, I can have as much light as I need without disturbing Growly's sleep. These are all important things.
We will probably have to, you guys will probably, we're going to have to go garage sailing when you get here.
Totally.
Because I don't have a lot in the way of like floor lights and stuff, and there's just old ceiling, It's a house built in the 70s. The bedrooms have that one middle ceiling light, so in the winter you're going to need some light.
Fortunately, we do have some lights. We don't have much floor lamps because we don't really have any floor to speak of. In fact, our floor, just for shits and giggles, it's actually they left the original concrete from it being a balcony, and they just put a thin layer of carpet over it, so there's not even like padding or anything. It's literally just carpet over concrete.
Oh, jeez.
But we don't have enough, so all of our lamps are desk lamps that have been put all over the room. And it's funny, one of them has just recently died on us. You turn it on and it strobes, so it tries to give you a seizure.
Oh gosh, Josiah, I saw I'm sorry, Ansgar. I'm going to switch this subject line for half a second. Josiah,
no
do you see that, what Josiah Hansen posted?
Let's see. Okay, I'm dead. I just read on the creationist Twitter, evolution doesn't back up any of their claims. I'm still waiting for my chair to evolve into a girlfriend.
I think Princess showed that to me earlier, and the horrible thing was I was at work and I was trying not to laugh because I didn't want to explain why I was laughing. Because so yeah, let's talk about another Wisconsin thing. So I'm not going to my job is redacted because I don't want to be found. But I am relatively high up in my business, and in my part of Wisconsin, it's a very Christian area, of course, but a lot of Catholics, a lot of Protestants. My family's actually Catholic. Some of them know I'm atheist. Most just know that I don't go to church anymore and that I have problems with the church, and we've discussed those problems. I hate this church. I hate what this is doing to the families and stuff. But it sure makes the conversations about religion easier when I can start with, I'm not going to church ever because yada, yada, yada.
Right.
But one of the reasons I'm not a public atheist is I'm worried that it would affect my business, and I worry less about myself than the people we employ. Even a 10 or 15% drop in our business because people are avoiding the atheist redacted could affect how many people I could employ, and I don't want to risk that. And I hate that feeling. And of course, I'm not going to have you and Growly do that because you couldn't affect me at all. But it's just, I had a point with this, and I lost it. This is why I don't do live streams, because I'm babbling.
It's okay.
But anyway, it's just another crazy thing about Wisconsin, and the Twitter thing, because so many of my employees, none of them are creationists, thank goodness, but they're all religious, and I didn't want to explain why people are tweeting jokes about creationism at me. That's what it was. Oh, no. That whole long story about, I don't want to explain to my employees, one, why my handle is what it is, and two, why I think this is really hilarious.
Fair enough.
Say you heard a joke about a penguin. Oh, that's a good idea, Seeking Origin. All right, Ansgar. Hugh has a question for you.
Yes.
He wants to know where you got that bitchin' hat. And I have to warn you that once you tell him, there's a good chance him and Alucard are going to get one too, I think.
Well, it's going to be difficult to get one exactly like this. It was a limited edition and stuff like that. So the my very first leather top hat, I have multiple, was bought by my one of my very best friends, who was my best man at our wedding, and I wore it for our wedding on Halloween. This one, however, I think 3 anniversaries ago, Helena Growley bought it for me on Amazon, actually, of all places. There are people who do Etsy-like stuff on Amazon. So, they did a limited run of these, and they still have more hats. So they have other designs. So if you're looking for a really bitchin' leather top hat, interestingly enough, just type leather top hat into Amazon, and there are like tons of different designs.
Oh, so what you're telling me is, Alucard. I had to think of his handle. Alucard is going to be trying to convince me that he looks cool in a top hat.
Yep. Yep. My friend Rose Petal is saying that she saw the car up close and how much damage. Yeah. The thing is, the pictures really betray how much damage it actually is. You know, I don't know why, but somehow the damage just does not photograph the way you see it, you know, real time. Probably because you're walking around and you're seeing it. You're seeing where panels are completely pushed out of place. You're seeing where doors are completely sealed shut and things like that.
Yeah. The video you have where you show how far the cars moved, it's just in crazy big.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thing is our street too. You can see in that video a little bit is a wide street. It's a double lane street, and then you have almost a half a car between the right hand lane and then the parked cars. So for her to have drifted over that far, that is like how long were you frickin' texting before you realized what you were doing? And I don't think she hit the brakes because I didn't hear like a squeal and a smash. I just heard a smash. I didn't even know that was my car. So I'm just, you know, accidents happen on the street, continue on with doing our live show. And then my wife calls me and says, you have to get down here. The car's fucked up. I'm like, what? Someone just totally wiped out our car. I'm like, oh shit. And so I had to bail in the middle of a live show to go check out the wrecked car.
Yeah. I just remember when you guys were telling you, I can't remember what time it was when I first saw your message to me about what was going on. I just remember us freaking out and going, oh my God, what are we going to do? And then, look at this. All your friends are making it work.
Right?
Yes.
Awesome. And thank you all. Thank you, really. And if you want to see me make out with a picture of Kent Hovind in the most horrible way possible, record it and send it to him. Get the fundraiser to 3,000 and I'll do it. No skid marks, Purple Rhymes. No skid marks.
So I don't ANCOJVJ. I don't recognize that. So is there a difference between creationists and religious people?
Certainly.
One is a subset of the other.
Mm-hmm. In fact, you could actually technically be a creationist and not be religious. You could believe that aliens, or an alien force created, everything. You don't necessarily, they usually go hand in hand. But there are some creationist conspiracies out there, well, let's just call them, that don't necessarily rely on religion. Because creationism is purely and simple, you believe that an intelligent force of some kind specifically created life.
Yeah. But most creationists are a subset of religious fundamentalists. So.
Yes, absolutely. But then there's plenty of religious people. Like there's actually a lot of interesting like in the Catholic religion, there's a lot of even priests who believe that, believe in evolution, believe in natural processes and things like that.
As an ex-Catholic with lots of Catholic family, the Catholic Church actually promotes evolution and the Big Bang Theory. They just believe that it's God directed. So the Catholic Church has changed its stance from being anti-science to pro-science, probably because a lot of monks and nuns do a lot of research and bring in a lot of funding and stuff for the church. That's a whole other rant. But if you ask the average priest, they're going to tell you that evolution is real. They are probably even going to tell you there's a chance abiogenesis is real. But what they're going to tell you is that God used abiogenesis and evolution to cook us, if that makes sense.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's a guided process. And we just can't see the fingers guiding it, is how it was explained to me.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that I've heard. It's essentially, yes, it's creationism, but God used all the natural processes to create.
I will be perfectly honest, that form of creationism I can live with.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't infect our schools. It doesn't infect our technology. It doesn't do this, that, and the other thing. It's
completely non-intrusive.
Yes. It's still bunk, and it probably still affects your thinking on some level, but it's... Mm-hmm. Well, Bub, you're right. They're not pro-science, they're less anti-science. That's a good way to pull it. Significantly less anti-science. It helps that in the last 150 years, it helps that a lot of the big scientific discoveries have been made by the Catholics.
Right.
And then you have the whole Jesuits who are... I wanted to be a Jesuit so bad. Who they spend their whole lives learning and teaching and studying and doing research, basically.
Yeah, in fact, there's, from what I understand, quite a few even atheists within the Catholic Church, within the actual priesthood. From what I understand, there's like a lot who stick to the religion out of a sense of tradition and a comfort within the scriptures, but they don't actually necessarily believe.
So yes, I would not be at all surprised to find that a lot of the priests in what's the project I'm thinking of? The ones with the priests who are trying to get out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They're trying to get out.
They're trying to get out, but I would not be surprised to find a lot of Catholics in there. But you're also describing what my family referred to as cultural Catholics, kind of like there's cultural Jews. You practice the traditions without really believing it anymore. And I was probably culturally Catholic for a while. And if you catch me off guard and ask me what my religion is, I will still answer Catholic without thinking about it. The Clergy
really?
Project. Thank you, Bub.
Clergy Project. There we go. Yeah. My mother-in-law, she considers herself culturally Christian. She's very atheist, but she considers herself culturally Christian because she still likes to do things like celebrate Christmas. She doesn't celebrate Yule or anything like that. She celebrates Christmas. You know, she sings religious Christmas songs. She sings hymns because she enjoys them. You know,
some of my favorite music is still some religious music because it's so very... I don't want to say addicting because that isn't the word. Like Amazing Grace, a good rendition of Amazing Grace. It just gets into you, and you feel uplifted and moved, you know. And I don't really feel the movement I've never really felt it as a religious, spiritual thing, but you feel connected to the world, and I really connect to music a lot. So I find good music connects me. And I've managed to divide in my head somehow some of the religious music from its roots. Although some of it I can't do that with.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Amazing Grace, and that's probably the Catholic Christian thing, is I love Amazing Grace. Seriously?
I've never liked religious music even when I was religious. It's funny. I don't even really like Christmas music because, like, for me, it's like, see, I like a certain kind of music. My music taste doesn't change because the season changed. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of Christmas music that I can't handle, but there's some that I really like. But Amazing Grace, see, I don't think of Amazing Grace as a Christmas song is part of the thing there because and that could be the Catholic thing. Purple, I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion on this, but Amazing Grace is sung all throughout the year, so it doesn't feel like a Christmas thing for me. One of my favorite versions of it is actually from the movie Maverick. With crazy man, Mel Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that man is batshit, but he makes good movies.
He is nuts, and he does make great movies.
Let's be honest, he's batshit beyond batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You got Lethal Weapons, all of them. You got Maverick. You've got. I don't like Braveheart, but I like The Patriot, even though that's completely historically inaccurate. What are some other ones? But he is batshit crazy.
It's funny. As much as a history buff, I hate his Braveheart. As a movie, it's actually a really good movie. It's one of those movies that's like, I want to hate you so bad, but the storytelling is good, but the history is so bad I still want to hate you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I feel that is a good that's almost like a good way to really frame Mel Gibson in general. It's like there's all this stuff that you are so batshit and hateful that I want to hate you, but your movies are really good.
Yeah, no, I have it. It's a love-hate relationship with him. Actually, okay, so since we haven't talked about it in a little bit, just a reminder, everybody, all this raffle stuff that's scrolling in the middle is up for raffle. $25 ticket donation on the GoFundMe link. Ansgar, if you could drop... Oh, you did drop it in up there again recently. And just put in the code in your note so that Ansgar knows what you're raffling for. And ignore all the times on this because we're actually going to pull them all on Saturday.
Yes, and in the Twitter thread, all the times have been removed.
Yeah. I crashed my computer 3 times trying to get this stream to load, so I stopped trying to fix the raffle things that I have scrolling there.
Yeah. And just Inane Dragon and I are talking in DMs on Discord about how wonderful you are. Just so you know.
Who's wonderful?
You.
No.
Yep.
Nope. Nope. Didn't hear that. Nope. I'm going to just switch the conversation because Hugh told me he found a heavy metal rendition of Amazing Grace, and I sent a message in the live chat, said he needs to send that to my DMs, and I'm saying that aloud. You need to send that to my DMs because I need to hear a heavy metal rendition of Amazing Grace because I am a crazy stupid music person.
E-Rock does some amazing heavy metal versions of things. His rendition of the Doctor Who intro music is fucking epic, and it should replace the music for the show. Although his heavy metal version of the Benny Hill theme music is even better.
Oh my god, heavy metal music, heavy metal Benny Hill, that is awesome.
I seriously now want to actually go find an old Benny Hill episode and take the heavy metal version of that song and just swap it in, edit it in. Oh, that would be so great. Oh, he does heavy metal My Little Pony theme song.
Oh, Badger, heavy metal Losing My Religion. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's awesome. The other thing I discovered, so one of the weird things about me that I've warned you and Growly about this before. I'm warning you again. Everybody here sings it. When I do those threads on Twitter, you guys, where I'm posting music lyrics, what's going on is I'm listening to that music and I'm dancing in my house in my socks because I dance.
And just so you know, $40 more on the GoFundMe, and 40. Well, I'm just saying, if we get $40 more, I will tell you one of the most insane things that Growly has ever said in her sleep. Because she talks in her sleep and she says insane things because her dreams are bonkers. And if you wait till she's just started to fall asleep and you mention her, she will start talking to you. And I've gotten her to say some insane things.
Oh, that's awesome. 40 more bucks, guys. Give it because I want to hear this story. But yeah, so when I'm dancing in my house, usually in my pajamas, because it's late at night when these get on to me. But I turn on the music and I listen to everything and dance. So I'm warning you, this will happen, and I will sing, and my singing voice is not good. I will.
You just ruined the vision. Josiah was just asking if it was just socks. The answer is yes.
The answer is no, not just socks. Remember, asexual Snail. Get those thoughts out of your head.
Hey! Just because you are asexual doesn't mean that we can't find you sexually attractive.
Yes, you're right. No thought control. No thought crimes. Anyway, so dancing and singing. But one of the things I accidentally discovered that I really like is, did anybody ever watch the Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip? And they had Sting on, and he played on a lute, Fields of Gold. If you haven't heard that, you need to look it up and hear it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But
that will happen.
It got me into lute music, and I just love it. So sometimes that gets played too. It's a little harder to dance to, but it can be done. I'm sorry, dancing is my thing. I'm bad. When I post the pictures of the woman dancing who looks like she's going to fall down, that's what I look like I'm going to fall down. But I love to dance because it's good for your soul.
So I'm going to post on Twitter. I'm going to share this again because I haven't shared a link to your channel in a while. And we don't have enough people watching. You should definitely be having way more people watching. I'm going to say $40 more. Just 40 more. Just $40 more to hear one of the most embarrassing and crazy things Rowley Bite has ever said in her sleep. And we'll do this. And then we will attach the fundraiser.
And Darth, no, you can't have your butter and parsley back. Stop trying to cook the snails.
So I just tweeted that out, and so if you guys want to make sure that people see that and know that is going to happen, retweet it and spread it around. So yeah, $40 more, and that will get us up to $1,800 on the GoFundMe, and I will tell you one of the most embarrassing stories that will probably get me bit, because her name is Growly Bite for a reason. She bites both metaphorically and, well, physically.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah! Run, dragon's here.
Oh, the dragon's here.
Run.
And just remember, we've just been talking about how wonderful you are.
Nope, didn't hear that. Doesn't happen. Yep. Nope.
To be honest, though, this really would not have, none of this would be happening if it weren't for you. You pushed us into it, and you've been seriously big about organizing too.
Everybody's doing a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, Purple speaks German in his sleep, but you don't understand a word of it. How do you do that? Anyway, no, there is tons of people involved in this. Some of them are in this live stream. So you and Growly kept it together and are doing all this. You got your beautiful art to donate.
Thank you.
And then we've got Wonder Lady, who's organizing a ton. We've got your friend whose name just escaped me. Hold on. I know your name. I know this name. I'm going to learn. Rose Petal. She goes by
we
Rose
just call
Petal.
her Jen.
Jen on YouTube. And then we've got Bub, who's also in here. And then we've got Director AZ, but I don't think that's how you actually say his name.
Director AZ of Ankatur or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Alucard made some donations. Zalrock made some donations. Latroon made some donations. I'm forgetting tons of people because so many people donated stuff. White Sith Zombie Male made some donations. Nadine is hosting a whole bunch of stuff. Nacha is going to join some of the live streams. Just ton of people. So stop just pointing at me. All these people are wonderful. It's not me. It's
they
them.
are. No, the community has been. It's been an outpouring of love, which has been actually probably more important than even the money. Was a lot of the well wishes and just keeping our spirits up, especially when shit got really ugly there for half a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's much better now because of all our friends.
Yes. So what you to catch you up, Dragon? Basically, what I've told them is if we get to what was it, 3,000 on the GoFundMe total, I will make out with a picture of Kent, an 8x10 of Kent Hovind, and we will film it and send him the video. And if we get to what is it, 1,800 on the fundraiser, which is only $40 more, I will tell one of the most insane things that Growly Bite has ever said in her sleep, and she will bite me. That's what's going on. And I might even film her biting me for it. May as well capitalize on my suffering.
Dragon, if you're gonna start moving around some money, make sure to mark which raffle item you want there, man.
Wow. An anonymous person, I think, maybe beat him to it. We're up to 1,810. Just anonymous just donated $50. So here we go.
Oh, we get to hear the story.
Okay, so I will give you your choice, and it's up to chat as well. Do you want to hear the story of waxing the cat, or do you want to hear the story of the immortals that don't drool?
I want to do waxing the cat. What does the chat want?
Let's see what the chat. Waxing the cat or immortals that don't drool?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm really glad you guys are on the West Coast so Growly can't punish me too.
Are you married to Pac Woman or something? No. Just a very vicious little woman.
Is it actually a cat?
I am not telling. You're only getting that much of a preview. Cat. Badger says cat. We were promised a Growly story. Perhaps the cat can be different. This is a Growly story. Cat. Okay, it looks like Cat has it.
Cat has it.
Okay, so we were living in East LA at the time. We actually had our own house. This was before we lost the house that we were renting to own. And we're laying in bed, and it's got to be 2 a.m, right? And I'm getting like something's disturbing my sleep. You know, I'm getting shook, and I wake up and she's got her hand on my shoulder, and she is desperately trying to wake me up. She's Ansgar, wake up, Ansgar. And so So I like sit up, I'm like, what? I'm blurry eyed. I can barely see. I don't even have my glasses on, of course. And I'm kind of squinting at her. And she dead faced looks at me and says, babe, don't forget to wax the cat. And she turns over and goes back to sleep. I swear to God.
Don't forget to wax the cat.
Don't forget to wax the cat. Now, did she mean like in a mobster, like, hey, Vinny, wax the fucking cat, and like shoot it? Did she mean like taking floor wax and a buffer to the cat? Did she mean like waxing it like hair removal? I don't fucking know. But she told me to wax the goddamn cat like it was a chore that was on my list for the day.
Did you have a cat at the time?
No, we didn't have a cat at all.
But you had to wax it. Ball.
Rose Petal thinks that the cat might mean something else. Maybe, I don't know. She just turned over like she had just like, oh well, obviously now and went back to bed, and it left me sitting there staring in the darkness going, what the hell just happened?
Okay. Rose, I must get to know you better, Jen, because I only met you a couple of days ago, and you are hilarious, lady.
Oh, she's amazing. Purple Rhymes with Orange says, I was thinking either car polish or hair removal. My first thing was car polish. Like, I just envisioned me holding this cat with like a bunch of like, like Armor All wax and one of those buffing things. Woo!
See, and my head went to hair removal.
Which is just horrible. Can you imagine actually waxing?
No, because all I could imagine following the first tug is my body being a bloody mess on the floor and the cat having killed me.
Right? Oh my God. Oh, that was absolutely one of the best. Oh. So yes. So we will save that other story, the immortals that don't drool, for the next goal. What do you think it should be? The next $100 goal, like 1,900 or what?
What do we got for a $2,000 goal?
We don't have anything for a $2,000 goal. Want to make it the $2,000 goal?
Make it the $2,000 embarrassing thing. At some point, though, I do think we need to get Growly picking on your hair and stuff like that she's threatened.
Yes. Well, that will have to wait till she is home, which will be Thursday. So okay. Thursday and Friday, she will be home to torture me. So yeah. I'll tell you though, I took probably 15 minutes staring into the darkness with my sleep-addled brain, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. That was the first time I was introduced to her sleep talking. That's how I was introduced to her peculiar sleeping incidents.
That's awesome. Purple, how red was the water before you got the cat out of it? A cat fell in a tub with him. I can't imagine how bad it is. Ouch. In one piece. Somebody covers someone. What? Oh, I need to watch One Piece. I really need to watch that.
So we actually have our first raffle too. Bought 2 tickets for Magic the Gathering. So we have 2 tickets.
Yay,
and
raffles are going.
MGT 1, which I believe is the Force of Will card. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Could be Force of Will, or it's the what's her name? Liliana of the Veil. But yes,
I think it was the Liliana of the Veil.
Okay, so 2 for Liliana of the Veil.
2 for Liliana of the Veil.
Rose Petal says, my dude said in his sleep once, put some poop in the hot tub and make a nice stew. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh my god. That's freaking terrible.
Apparently my cat knows we're talking about cats because he hopped up next to me and I keep getting slapped with claws. He's like, stop talking about other cats and pet me.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
Rose,
good.
I would have fallen out of bed. I was laughing so hard. That is awesome.
Apparently, a named dragon knows who the anonymous donor is. Oh.
Ouch. Okay. We covering what is that?
So yes, so the 3,000 next Growly story at at 2,000 is the next Growly story. At 3,000 is me making out with the 8x10 of Kent Hovind, and we can come up with smaller little things in between. Do remember that I will make out on camera, put my tongue through his mouth with a hole in the picture, and not only will I put it up on my YouTube channel, I will allow people to mirror it, and we will all send it to him. Just saying.
Yeah, you'll have to. You gotta. I'm sorry. I'm just. No, I won't tell Dragon. Ouch. Frampton, I need that knee. Thank you very much.
What won't you tell Dragon? What are you not? What are you hiding from Dragon?
No. Dragon and I know who the donor is, but we're not saying who.
Oh, okay.
We're being sneaky. Ooh, I'm getting dirty looks. My cat is not happy with me.
No.
No, he's a grumpy old man, and he does not approve of things not going his way.
I almost feel like we're doing an infomercial. Act now, and you can get me to make out with Kent Hovind absolutely free. Tongue punching a pic of Kent Hovind, the things you'll do to be able to move.
It's a picture. It's not that bad. So here's a question.
Yeah.
Would you do that to the real Kent Hovind?
Oh, Jesus, God, no.
See, he has limits.
I do have limits. Although I'm actually, I can't say that I wouldn't. And there's a reason why. I would be willing. It's sort of borderline. I'd almost be willing to dip him and kiss him just to make his brain break. just to make his fundy brain shatter into 1,000 pieces.
It wasn't there. Didn't one of the Gamcast guys lick Ray Comfort once?
Oh Jesus! I didn't know that. Really?
I'm pretty sure. I think it was Eli. The god awful movie guys. If you guys don't listen to Dragon's offering $10K to suck face with Kent.
Oh Jesus Christ! If you can arrange it and you get me $10K, I might do it. Like I said, just to make his fundy brain break. So if you want to watch a rotund blonde guy in a leather top hat make out with Kent Hovind, not only do you have to arrange it, you have to get $10K. That's
See, here's
terrible.
the risk. He'd probably charge you with assault.
He probably would.
His poor fundy brain. I'm sorry, I have this image stuck in my head, and I can't stop laughing.
It's a horrible image. It's a really horrible image.
It's a really funny image because there's this. His eyes are shocked and big, and he's frozen.
Granted, we'd have to get him consenting, which might take some doing. I will not pay for rape.
Smart dragons.
The dragon has ethics.
The dragon has good ethics. He does.
Yes. Oh God. How did we go from talking about sleep talking to mouth raping Kent Coven? How did we end up here?
I blame you. It's
You okay? See what you did, Dragon? You killed the snail.
Snail has not yet died. She's just trying to. Laughing too hard. It's a good way to die.
Beelzebub says, I think Kevin would resist at first, but eventually he'd melt into Ansgar Odinson's arms and give in to the sweet temptation.
It's over 1,000.
Oh my God, please somebody write that fan fiction. Oh my God.
I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard.
No. The image. And someone has to draw an actual like classic cheesy romance novel cover with him fainting into my arms. If you know anybody, if anybody knows anybody who writes fan fiction and would be willing to do something like this, please make it happen. Oh my God. Oh. If you need to change the names, just call him Kent Bovine. Oh Jesus. Okay, where are our storytellers at? Time for a fanfic. Now we have a hentai plot. That's the other option, is you can draw it as a hentai comic. Oh. Okay. Trying to not cry. I'm laughing so hard. Oh. See what happens when Dragon shows up? Shit just gets crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Shit, I'll message Duke.
He'd be good. He'd be good.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be that should be the ultimate goal of the fundraiser, is if we get to the full goal, once it's written, release the entire fanfic. Oh God, I need that fanfic to exist. That is horrible. Hentai Kentovend or Covend. Hentai Covend, says Bad Tempered Badger. Oh, is your mic muted? You like?
No, I'm trying not to cough.
Oh.
My allergy meds appear to have worn off. And I'm trying not to cough on everybody because that's bad.
At least it's not really there. Oh, okay.
Oh my. Gotta catch my breath here, man.
I know. I'm trying to move on. I do not think that we can top that fan fiction. That is horrible. Oh, the things I say make the most sense in my head, says Bad Temperature Badger. B. Millsabub says, just messaged him. I'm sure the fanfic will be forthcoming. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, that's just evil.
We'll
You can
kill our
try.
host with laughter.
It's a good way to die, Darth. I'll take it. It's a good way to die.
Right?
Catch my breath. Catch my breath.
I'm glad I came here because at first I had all these like goals in mind that I was writing down on the computer, like, you know, drink hot sauce and stupid crap like this. No, this is way better. this kind of horrible thing is far superior. Oh. Art plus Kraken equals tentacle porn. Jesus. Yes. Actually, interestingly enough, tentacle porn is actually not a new thing. Japan has had tentacle porn for as long as there has been writing and art, pretty much. In fact, there is an ancient poem and story called The Fisherman's Wife, about a woman having sex with an octopus. So it's not such a new thing.
Yeah, I'll just have to take your word on that.
It's just weird. I like to study human sexuality in general. I find it fascinating, and the weird things people get into that are, you know, and why they get into them, and you know, what triggers people into them. And it's just sort of a hobby. And sometimes I study the history of that. And well, I just happened to come across the Fisherman's Wife. It's pretty crazy.
Okay. So I tried to learn Japanese about 8 years ago. Turns out that I'm not any better at learning Japanese than I am at learning Spanish, and my English is not so hot either. Languages aren't my thing. Math, science, there you got it. Languages just don't stick. But I did learn a lot about the culture. I did not catch that one. I obviously knew there was tentacle porn. I didn't realize how old it was.
Yeah.
One thing.
Here's a good one. B. Millsabub says your Google search history must be literally frightening to the average person. Right?
I'm gonna say this is gonna sound bad, but it's meant with all love for everybody I know. I bet the Google search engines of all our atheist friends in our community, the activists, have to be just horrid to the average person, because the things we look
the things we're interested in, right?
I know, but it makes us also interesting. I have such fun conversations on Twitter and YouTube, and a little bit of it's outrageous, and some of it's just about, we get off on these tangents, and it's like, how did we get down that rabbit hole? Ansgar is on so many watch lists.
You should see my search history just after I make a Gothic Puppet Theater, right? I'm sitting there and I'm searching for old tweets, and I'm searching for pictures to use as like slides and things. So I'm like, you know, so I'm searching like, let's say, you know, Peter Molyneux, and then I type in, you know, talking about black people are drugs, you know, enter, and I so yeah, my Google search history is fucking wrecked. You saw that tweet, right?
Which one?
Peter Molyneux actually said that that compared black slavery, right, to a drug.
Stephen Molyneux.
Yeah, excuse me, Stephen Molyneux. Yes.
Yes. Don't.
Yes, yeah. Black people are drug. Black people were also the dealers, and white people are just addicts.
Yeah, no. There's something wrong with that man.
Deeply, deeply wrong.
I mean, I know he ran a cult, but there's something wrong with
He's
that
still
man.
running a cult. To be quite honest, he's still running a cult. It's just not officially a cult anymore.
Yeah, there's... he's yeah, no, I saw that. No, what's really fun... what's so funny is, I don't follow any of these people, but I know them and identify who they are because they get retweeted around and people laughing and pointing at them. And it's like, that's how I find this stuff.
There's a reason we call him Molly Meme. Oh.
Oh gosh. I can't stop laughing.
Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, the things we have to research. Yeah, some of the things we have to research are actually pretty horrible, really vicious, disgusting things. But oh my God, just for the circumcision show on In Time, I had to research and look up slides and things like that, and that was that alone would scare most people. The crap I had to look up. For instance, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just the different versions of female circumcision I had to look up.
Oh God. Oh, I watched a horrible. So nobody at me. I like them, but some of them anyway. I was watching a TEDx talk, and it was a woman who was born somewhere in Africa and had ended up moving.
That's it. Unfollowed, blocked, TEDx. No.
And ended up in Australia, and she was telling her life story. And she had been through a circumcision, and it was so traumatic. And she'd been only like 12 or 13, that she kind of blocked it out. And she remembered it and figured it out because she was helping at a support center for victims of female circumcision. And then she'd gone to the doctor, and the doctor started asking her some questions. She's like, what? Oh my God. And I'm like, that's just horrifying. I don't know what I got on that for. I watch weird shit.
I have had to watch a lot of videos on different kinds of circumcision, both male and female, and it's difficult. It's difficult to watch, to be quite honest. And I think one of the reasons that circumcision can be so, especially here in the West, male circumcision can be so easily just, shrugged off, is most people don't have to be there to watch it happen. Because if you have to actually watch it, it's pretty decently horrible.
I don't want to watch it at all. I don't want... No. Not going back there again?
Nope. Let's see what else is going on here. You investigate the Rael, Rael, instead. If you want to investigate another cult, I don't know anything about them. Doing a TEDx against a person merely makes them more believable, says the name Dragon. Not far off, Raelians, Raelins. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of them. Interesting.
I'll have to look it up. Now my search engine is going to be even more screwed up. Thank you, guys.
Right? The Raelian Church is a quasi-clerical structure of 7 levels. Joining the movement requires an official apostasy from other religions. Raelian ethics include striving for world peace, sharing, democracy, and non-violence. Okay. Rael found Clonaid, okay, in 1997, but then handed it over to a Raelian bishop, Bridget Bosselliner, in 2002. So yeah, it's, I don't know, weird, but
if they're saying it's a cult, my guess is there's something we're missing.
I'm sure.
Oh, Dragon posted the I can't say the name. They're creationists who believe that God is a set of aliens.
Okay, yeah, there you go. See, just what I was saying that you don't necessarily need traditional like religion to believe in. Holy shit! There's a fucking swastika part of their symbol.
Is it a swastika or is it the old Buddhist or Hindu symbol? Does it have the little dots?
There's no dots, but it's like a swastika that's been made into a 6-point star. It's weird. Here, I'll send you the. I'll just put the link in chat. Weird.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
So did they do that as a swastika, or did they?
Okay, that's an alternate version.
Or did
Okay,
they
there's
pull
other
that out of Buddhism?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to know. Apparently, they have an alternate version which doesn't look like a swastika.
Okay, they call their extraterrestrials Elohim. Okay, but
I've heard of the Elohim thing.
But Elohim, isn't that an old word for God?
Yeah. Okay, they're into the ancient aliens thing, where that gods were just aliens who were misunderstood.
Yeah, Elohim is name for God using Hebrew Bible. Basically, what you guys are telling me is that they bought into the whole Stargate SG-1 thing.
Well, see what happened with Stargate
they believe the gods are the Goa'uld.
yeah. No, like Stargate. You know what happened with Stargate was the writer of those books literally just listened to a bunch of conspiracy nuts who were, because the ancient aliens thing, that belief really started getting kicked up in the 60s. And he just sat around and listened to these nuts and went, well, you just wrote my book, thanks.
I have to admit that I am a big SG-1 fan.
Let's see. Elohim is gods. Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, so you mean the crazy conspiracy nuts didn't get their history right? Shocker.
Darth Killer says, actually, they're not creationists. Their cult is aliens, anal probes, Rael, and sent him back to prep Earth, supposedly, and sex all over the place.
Well, I mean, if it's all about sex with aliens, count me in.
Apparently, Dragon says they have submitted an abacus defending intelligent design in a court case. So some level of creationists.
There you go. So they are creationists. Well, here's the thing. If you believe the aliens created humans, you are a creationist. You're not a creationist in the traditional sense, but you are a creationist. Wow. Apparently, there are women-only groups of the Raelian Church.
So they're like nunneries?
Women-only groups make up 1/3 of the Raelian Church. The Order of Angels, founded in the 90s. And I don't know what the other one is. Wow. Okay. Well, then they have what's called sensual meditation. It's a set of exercises made public by Claude, whoever, in his book. It's practiced by members. The first of these exercises is usually taught in Raelian seminars. So they don't tell us what it is. Just, yeah. They set up UFO exhibits, and yep, they're fully into intelligent design.
All right.
So there you go. Although they're pro-GMO, anti-war, anti-Catholic. It's not sounding so bad.
Is there anybody who isn't anti-Catholic?
The Catholics, I guess. Feminist Raelians. I'm so down. Oh, that's hilarious.
let's see.
Probe me, alien daddy.
All right. 1 second. I got to answer this message. Things are going bonkers. Okay.
You all right there?
Yep. My phone is going bonkers and I need to answer this particular one. So you chat with the live stream.
Me?
Yep. Tell them funny stories.
But I don't chat well. No. Let's see what's going on. So, do remember that if we get to the $2,000 mark, you get the next story about Growly. And when we get to 3,000, I make out with the picture of Kent and send it. And don't forget also, there's all kinds of cool raffle items, and you don't have to necessarily purchase now if you're, strapped. But $25 donation equals 1 ticket, and except for one of the items is only a $10 ticket. But there's Steam games, there's original art, and all kinds of stuff. And who is streaming next? Today, we don't have any other streamers lined up. So if there are any YouTubers out there that want to move the stream and when Snail is done to their channel and we can do more, that would be one of the great ways that people can help out if they can't donate but still want to help. So if there's anybody in the chat that wants to run a stream, I will show up. I will embarrass myself. I will embarrass Growly. I will just need to refill my coffee cup and my giant water bottle before we do that.
Bub is offering to take on the next stream, which
awesome, Bub. Nice.
Might be Bibbidi Blap. Might be. I don't know what that means, Badger. That would be awesome because I'm going to have to step off soon to finish up my evening and get ready for work tomorrow.
All right, Bub, why don't you go ahead and make the stream while we're wrapping up here, and I will actually put the link to the next stream in the chat. I'm a monster, man.
Rose says that there must be alien probing jokes or she's not coming.
There will be alien probing jokes, and we will get you coming.
Oh, God, I just got it. Oh, shit. I just proved I'm a snail again. Alico, don't watch. Don't poke.
And you got to watch me embarrass Atheist Snail.
I just figured out the joke. I'm so slow.
We love you, Snail. You are very loved.
You guys are all crazy and confuzzles. I'll take it, but you're all just confused about me. So yeah. So Jen Rose. Jen Rose. I may call you that if you like it. One of the things you'll learn about me is I miss a lot of jokes about, sex.
The sex stuff.
The sex stuff. It all goes over my head because I don't notice it. Yeah. So.
And because you're a snail.
I find them funny when I actually get it, though. I just tend to miss them. Thank you, Darth. Thank you so much for the well wishes.
This has been a lot of fun. We got to talk about all kinds of. Hey, there's the new stream.
Yes, no, not every 10 seconds, not every year and a half. I'm such an odd duck. I'm blushing, Rose.
You're adorable.
No, I'm not. Stop saying that.
Yes, you are.
No, stop saying that. Anyway, the new YouTube is up. I don't think he's live yet.
No, but the link is up.
The link is up. So share it out, everybody. Pass it on. What else do we need to say, Ansgar, before I have to reach through the screen and strangle you?
Let's see. Just share things, tweet them out, and show up to streams. Have some fun with us. If you're a YouTuber, offer to do streams if you want to help out. There's all kinds of cool ways you can help out, or just drop a tweet to @GrowlyBiteBite and tell her that you're wishing her well while she's stressing out. That helps a lot.
It is. All right. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This was fabulous. I survived a live stream. Woohoo!
You did! With terrible, dirty-minded people.
Dirty-minded people are the best.
You think you're adorable.
That word I didn't hear. All right, ready? We're going to go on live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Stop streaming. Yes, I stopped streaming.